what's going on? Afro starts. I hear there's a summit on the horizon.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, I'll give it to the CEO first to open
Okay.
us up.
Prince, what's going on?
It's the brain behind all this. So.
It's refreshing that quite a lot of people know us for AfroStats, but we are here for a related event, which is the AfroSport Summit.
Okay.
Which is essentially an event bringing together major sports stakeholders in Africa together for 2 days of networking, of learning, sharing ideas, obviously facilitation of collaborations in a unique intersection of science and business. Leagues, clubs, federations, athletes, coaches, businesses, academia, and the likes are expected to attend this event. As we all know, in the African terrain, a lot of our development initiatives are really quite done in silos, and there is no that central or unified or coordinated effort to provide that common platform for a greater boost for all these initiatives. Again, there is little recourse to science and systems and structures in our operationalization or how we run sports in Africa for the most part. And also talking of business, everybody wants to benefit from the business side of sports, but in Africa, I don't think that we are really reaping the benefits or if seeing much in that perspective. So essentially, we feel that it's about time we bring together a community to actually engage to see how to develop sports. So it's going to be 2 days of exciting engagement at the Accra International Conference Center on August 2 and 3. It's the second edition. We have wonderful partners from the Spanish La Liga, Catapult, Johan Cruyff Institute for Sports, VOD Performance, and the like. So yeah, we are inviting every single person in the sports value chain to be at the Accra International Conference Center come Wednesday and Thursday.
Sounds really well put together. Now, talk to me about who can attend. I mean, if I'm interested in sports, business, stats, can I get up and say, okay, Afro Sports Summit is happening here today. I'm dressing up and going. Is that how it works?
Yeah, essentially, the initial idea was to really leave this to very high-level decision makers. But then again, if you are speaking about development in Africa or development generally, and we are leaving it to the decision makers, forgetting that the people at the grassroots tomorrow are going to be the leaders, then you have a problem. So this time around, we are trying to, bring things down a notch to make it more inclusive.
Okay.
So we are having people from the leaders of all the clubs and the leagues and the federations, players, athletes, coaches to attend, but also people from the grassroots, even including students. We do know that almost all the major tertiary institutions in Ghana will be present at the Sports Summit. So essentially, it is as open as you can get, and we hope that everybody finds a benefit from it in the end.
Faisal, talk to me about the components of this summit. For those who will be attending, what should they be able to leave with when it's all said and done?
Yeah, I mean, Prince has touched on a lot: the marketing side, technical side, commercialization, everything. But I want to focus more on the technical side because I feel it's an area where we can add a lot of value. So because of that, we are also organizing a coaches forum as part of the summit. And
I remember you saying that our coaches need, a 360.
You interviewed me, and that was 4 years ago,
Yep.
man. 4 years ago.
What, it's been 4 years already?
It's been 4 years, yeah. It's been 4 years when we spoke about this. And I remember very clear you asked me if this is when I was applying for the TD job. You said to me, if you were given that mandate, what is the first thing you're going to do? And I said to you, Ben, it's education. So 4 years on, and we're still talking about it. That really means, nothing has been done. And we had our president of the GFA said it again at Congress, saying, look, we lack in that area. So we want to help. I think everybody's got a role to play, and AfroSport Summit is here to help in that regard as well. So we are asking all, coaches, especially the Premier League coaches and the Division 1 coaches to show up. Myself, Didi, and Lai would put together a coaches forum where we would look at some of the trends of the modern game with, data and both qualitative and quantitative behind it, how they can take that and create their own game model. And the game model pretty much is your Bible for every coach. If you have no game model, then you pretty much have nothing, So we want to walk them through how to create one, how to implement one, and some of the cheapest way they can do this. I think for me, it's important that we begin to move in that direction and help our coaches. and it's no secret now because we all know. But in addition to that, all sorts of technical areas that they can come and benefit from this, and we want to help. We want to help during the event and also after the event. So when this is all over, AfroSport will still be there to assist those who want to take this to a different level. If you're looking to implement a game model in your club, in your environment, we would be there to help you. Because again, we think this is important and the way to go here.
I hope the clubs are listening. Now, Prince, to round it up, I've always had a problem with statistics and data availability on our local football scene. Because, for instance, if you are trying to find, let's say, the last 10 top scorers in the Ghana Premier League, how many goals, how many assists, distance covered, that kind of thing, it will be hell. In fact, you will not be able to find it, except maybe there's a club that has probably kept records. How involved are stakeholders, sports ministry, FA, or adjoining, stakeholders that have a part to play? How involved are they in this?
It's been interesting, but I do think that by and large we have been engaging the major stakeholders, including the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, the National Sports Authority, the Ghana Tourism Authority, and the likes. And I think that they all like the idea of what is happening. You mentioned a lack of data in the system, and from the AfroStat perspective, I can tell you that, it's easy to see that there is a lack of data, but when you try to solve the problem, you realize that there are so many parts,
underlying issues.
Exactly, and it's not just really something at the heart of the GFA, for instance, but you could even see that even clubs, for instance, have a role to play. Even the ministry have a role to play. So it's something that if we want to develop sports in general, we need to have all the stakeholders, all the moving parts, all coming together to be able to have that united discussion in exactly how we move things forward. So this is really going to be interesting. Yeah. And you did ask about when I was speaking earlier when I was talking about partners, and one major partner that I forgot to mention is TikTok. Okay. They will be at the event. I think that TikTok has become quite a popular platform now for a lot of people. And they will be at the event. So they will be having a workshop on content creation and commercial revenue opportunities on their platform. And beyond TikTok having that workshop, Faisal already mentioned the Coaches Forum. Yeah. We also have the La Liga talk on creating a football ecosystem. We also have Catapult, who are arguably the biggest producers of wearable technologies. They would also be there to have a workshop on wearable technologies and the like. So yeah, there's really quite a lot, and we are happy that all these international partners are coming on board. The local partners are also helping. The local organizations are also quite helping. And we hope that at the end of the day, we'll be able to have a fruitful session come Wednesday and Thursday.
If I can add to that, Ben, because I'm very much interested in your question about data collection. I know that. When you mention data, everybody start thinking about event data, but I think it's also important that we start talking about performance data, because this is really what makes the difference in football, where you can collect the insight. Good example, in the World Cup right now, FIFA, we started collecting some performance data to look at how quickly balls are getting recovered, how quickly counterattacks are happening, how compact teams are defending, and how higher teams are defending. These really are the metrics that makes a difference. If you really want to improve the game, if you want to improve football, if you can measure how you are going from one year to the other, these are the metrics that we should be looking at. And again, we are bringing all these tools and knowledge to share not only with the clubs, but with the federations as well. Because again, for me, until you start benchmarking your own game to the rest of the world, the international stage, it's difficult to tell if you're improving or not. So we are here to support them at the event and also beyond the event, as I mentioned, which if they could join us to make this a successful event, I think we are going to benefit. It's not going to cost them anything. Just show up here, and we are ready to make this happen and improve the game, not only in Ghana, but in Africa in general, because we've got other federations and speakers coming from different countries.
Well, we will be there. I can assure you that. So, Conference Center, 2nd and 3rd of August. I've seen a few of the speakers. Let me just mention them before you guys leave. So, Masu Didi Dramani will be there.
Yeah.
I see Akwesi Ajaman, CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority. Andrew Olsen, founder of Pan African Football. I see Diego Sportono, I believe, Deputy Head of Mission Spanish Embassy. I see Janine Anthony. Gary L. Smith, I see Gifty Owari Mensah, also Lai Kinson. Wow,
Yeah.
John Boafo, rich lineup. I like it. I like it. Thank you very much, Prince. Thank you very much, Faisal.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll see you on the 2nd and the 3rd.
Thank you.
Thank you.